As part of that framing, I just wanted to place in context where this initiative comes from. It comes from an effort of my university, our Center College of Design in Pasadena, to really focus the area of design in every discipline that we teach, and that intersection that design has as a knowledge domain with social innovation. And that umbrella of that portfolio of initiatives and work lives in a department that I was very fortunate to found 15 years ago, Design Matters. Design Matters is purposely a horizontal department at the college. I oversee research projects, documentation projects, and courses at the undergraduate and graduate level. And over time, really, we have had the opportunity to work nationally and internationally. We do about 10 special projects that become embedded in the curriculum every year, and in addition to fellowships and internships for our students. And the real importance of this work is that it really connects design as a domain of practice and theory and knowledge and research with 4 pillars of study that we outlined early on in this initiative, and that allow us to aggregate and think about and reflect about the role of design as it connects with these 4 disciplines, and broad disciplines where designers and design have so much to contribute. The key to this platform of our curriculum and our work is to think about the role we can play as an institution of art and design by connecting with non-design institutions. So all of these projects, and there's about 100 projects in the last 10 years, 80% rate of implementation of the work that starts in our studios, in our labs, and then moves on into the world, that 80% implementation happens because of the partnerships we have, and it happens through the trust and the knowledge these large organizations, in some cases not, small organizations have with our communities, and that is key to the philosophy of this program. So with a very brief framing, I will turn it on to Penny, and I would emphasize that our paper really goes into quite a bit of detail around replicable insights and some theory about this work that we'll not cover in this very brief presentation, so we encourage you to read the paper. Thank you.
Delighted to have the opportunity to present Safe Agua with you today. It's an initiative that I co-teach at Art Center in Pasadena. And Art Center teams of undergrad students are co-creating directly with families who are living in slums across Latin America. And our students are working in interdisciplinary teams to design products, systems, and services that respond to water poverty. We'll keep going. Without adequate access to water, as we've talked about over the course of this conference, we all know there truly can be no escape from poverty. And to respond to this challenge, we began the Safe Agua initiative in Chile in 2009, then in Peru in 2011, and the community that we work with pays 8 times as much for water that isn't potable as communities do in rich parts of Lima. And finally in Colombia, in 2013, where our partner community receives 1 hour of water every 8 days. So this really is a significant challenge, and we absolutely could not take this challenge on without strong partners on the ground. These partnerships, like Mariana mentioned, are essential. Our partnership has been ongoing with Techo. And Techo para mi país is an incredibly energetic organization of young people who are working to break the cycle of poverty by helping families get out of slums through housing, through social inclusion, through activism. And I can't emphasize enough, without the local trust that Techo's developed, working with our partner communities over years, we couldn't do a project like this. This is a video by a wonderful graduate of our program, Eric Anderson.
Esta área está un poquito olvidada, ¿no? de parte del Estado, ¿no? No tenemos agua, no hay luz, no hay ni siquiera alguna promesa de que se pueda mejorar esto, ¿no?
The goal of Safe Agua goes well beyond water. It's really about designing solutions and innovating with people living in the sentimentals across Latin America to break the cycle of poverty.
We're really all about the total experience, and that's really whether our students are designing for high-end luxury brands or people in low-cost housing. It's really about making very deep connection, understanding what's needed, and then trying to figure out what are the opportunities for innovation, applying design, for making change.
Porque tengo que diseñar el iPhone 7 si hay un tercio del mundo no tiene dónde enchufarlo?
Designers are becoming aware and knowledgeable about project management, design research, understanding people's behavior, all these different aspects of being a designer. We're just planting the seeds to become agents of change for the future.
And like all of you, we are following a human-centered design process. Like the fantastic animation from the previous presenter, we're starting with empathy and really creating connections with the communities that we meet. Then we really believe in the process of co-creation at every stage. So that's starting with understanding key challenges and opportunities in the field and continuing with co-creation through iterative design, prototyping directly with these same communities. And it's a process that starts in a 16-week studio, but it goes on really from years. Our students are now alums, and they've now started their own social enterprises. And again, human connections and empathy really, like we all believe, are the heart of the design process, and especially when you're working to create social impact and advance grassroots innovation. So how do we teach students at the same time as they're working to create an impact? My colleague Dan Gottlieb and I have developed a series of method cards, and this guides a 2-week field research process. So students are directly embedded in the community, working hand in hand with our NGO partner. They're working on participatory research, empathic listening, both qualitative and quantitative questions, and really being human, making kind of connections. And those opportunities that come out of the field research propel 14 more weeks of design studio, and then hopefully go on to propel for the top projects, social innovations, and enterprises. And it's absolutely essential to involve the local community. So it's really a partnership between students and the community. This starts with identifying the most salient problems. This might look like a brainstorming session. This was taking place in the community center in the slum of Soacha that our partner Techo built. And after these brainstorming sessions, we identify the key opportunities, go back to Art Center, and work on building prototypes. Midway through the term, so after about 7 more weeks, once we've got working prototypes, we have a representative team of students and faculty that returns to the field, brings these prototypes, tests them, and develops them with the community. And at that point, maybe the team needs to pivot. It's really about understanding the user's priorities and how do we create the most value, and being humble as designers. And we also believe that social entrepreneurship education for our design students is essential from the very beginning of the process. And so we partner with our neighbor, the University of Southern California's Social Enterprise Lab, to bring MBA students and faculty to start mapping strategies with our students to begin to understand that it is really a complex ecosystem, and with the aspiration that that will help eventually bring these ideas to fruition. And this is something that's been transformative for our students. Even if they don't go on to make their projects into reality, it's shaped their career paths, opened their eyes to social impact design, and they've gone on to work for places like IDEO.org. And we're really proud that this has made an impact on their lives as well. And some of these students are now advancing their projects as their own social enterprises, thanks to foundation grants, innovation awards. And one of these projects that I'm really proud to be here today and share with you is Giradora. It's an innovative, affordable, human-powered clothes washer. You can see somebody sits on it and pedals, and you don't need any electricity, you don't need running water. It saves water and it saves time. And I'd like to actually have our students, now alums, share their voices directly with you. So I'll share a small video.
In fall of 2011, we visited families in Sierra Verde, a slum of Lima, Peru. Like nearly half of the global population, residents lived without running water. For the women of Sierra Verde, clean clothes are as important as clean bodies. Laundry is a top priority, related not only to health, but also personal duty. Cleaning clothes is a huge investment of time and resources. The difficulty of washing by hand leads to a variety of health problems, and long drying times invite more growth, causing respiratory illness. In response, we created Girador, a human-powered washer and spin dryer. It increases the efficiency and improves the experience of washing clothes for families in and without basic services. We sent an early prototype of our washer spin dryer to Cumulus and adjusted our designs accordingly. Sitting on top of the appliance, the user pumps a pedal with her foot, which agitates, cleans, Girador makes washing, and it also reduces drying time, hampering mold growth. Additionally, it creates income-generating opportunities through laundry services, rentals, and direct sales. With Balde and Girador, clean is now affordable to all.
And I'd like to tell you a little story about this co-creation process of Giradora, and this is something that the other Mariana Prieto, conveys directly, was her experience in our paper. As a student, Mariana returned to Peru after the initial field research, representing our team with 2 prototypes to test with the community. This one looks like a huge plunger. It's actually supposed to wash clothes. This one was a hacked salad spinner that's supposed to dry the clothes. And when Mariana was working with the women of the community, the women said, oh, that salad spinner thing looks like a washing machine. Mariana said, no, it's a dryer. And the women in the community said, well, can it be a washer? So with Mariana, they found kind of scraps on the side of this dirt road where they were working, hacked the prototype, and truly invented something new together. I think that's the spirit of co-creation. They got this salad spinner prototype to work as a washer and a spin dryer. And this woman that you see here took her red sweater, rubbed it in the dirt, threw it in this invented washing machine, and it actually worked. She was satisfied with how it cleaned the clothes. So that co-creation experience became the team's mandate for the next 3 years. The Giradora team, they've now graduated. They've started their own social enterprise called Blue Barrel Concepts, and they're now partnering with one of Latin America's largest appliance manufacturers. They're working on the engineering to improve. There's actually a washability index. We're now at 100. And we're also working on market testing and distribution, which is absolutely essential. Mariana Prieto, our co-author, is leading this market testing in Mexico, and it's so essential. I think like the very, very first presenter explained, to understand the real commercial market. It's complex, but we want to know what are the target prices, how can we make this affordable, what's the right branding, and how do we make this intuitive? How do we make this so it really can be something that creates an impact on people's lives? And so we hope that Giradora will soon be launched, and we hope that it will not only be available in Latin America, but also available worldwide and here in India. Thank you so much.